I love the $5 paint club. I love the $5 paint club. They will teach me how to paint all my projects. Show me how to paint furniture with a new mindset. I love the $5 paint club.
Hey everyone, Serena here with the $5 Paint Club, and this post technique tutorial, we're going to be doing stripes, not just any kind of stripes, but no paint kind of stripes. So with this tutorial, we are going to be using peel and stick wallpaper. There's a lot of different options out there when it comes to wallpapers, contact paper, etc. that they make great tools for sprucing up your furniture. We have this beautiful dining room hutch here that I'm actually working on for a client. And here we have, and her theme is she has a very nautical coastal theme, which is pretty popular here in Florida. And she had asked for stripes, and I was like, you know what? Do you mind if I experiment a little bit with it? And of course she doesn't mind at all. But one of the things I love about when you make your own paints, such as this color here, is that I was able to take the color of the wallpaper and have paint matched to it. So this wallpaper here was intended to be used as stripes. I got it at Target, and it comes with two different rolls, two separate rolls here, pre-cut, so it's a perfect width. So each stripe will have a nice even width. When you're using either contact papers or a peel and stick wallpaper, you just want to make sure that you have a nice clean surface. This surface here has already been painted, so obviously it already has a nice clean surface and it's ready to go. Now, a couple of tips that I can give you. Obviously it needs to be clean. You really want to make sure that you as much smooth the surface as you can. This has a little bit of damage to it, so it could cause some rippling in the contact paper or wallpaper. That's just something you're going to have to deal with. You're going to see whether you paint it or whether you use a peel and stick wallpaper with it. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you're doing stripes is find your center point. You always start from the center and work your way out. That's how I've always done it, whether you're peeling, taping, however you're doing, always measure from the inside and work out from there. So with this technique, let me grab some scissors. Of course, the paint studio here is always like home. You can never find what you need when you need it. So I was fortunate enough to find a tape measure this time before I started to save myself the embarrassment. Just gonna cut off the taped edges. And I'm basically gonna measure. I have a center point down here that I've already located. And I'm just gonna kind of get sort of a round of about, you know, pre-cut my stripe here. I'm also going to want to find a center point at the top of the cabinet. My cabinet is 40.75 inches, so I'm going to go to 20 and 3/8-ish, right around there. I'm going to get my center point, roughly about, rounded about, center point. About right there. Okay. Now when we find the center point of there, we also want to kind of find the center point of your stripes. Now if you're using contact paper, what I love about contact paper is it has the grid on the back, so it makes for cutting straight lines super easy. It also makes for finding the center point much easier than a wallpaper would. So you're going to kind of find your center point, and that's going to be your starting. So some tools you're going to need besides a pair of scissors. You're going to need one of those little vinyl squeegee things that I use from time to time. Now I start and I peel a little bit from the top. I don't peel it all at the same time because, well, it never fails. It'll all stick together and make a big giant mess. And I'm just going to kind of guess on it here. And so when you're using, actually it doesn't matter if you're using contact paper or a peel and stick wallpaper, you kind of just smooth as you go. And that'll help you keep any bubbles from getting in the way. That looks pretty good, don't you think? You're going to take your X-Acto knife or razor blade. I have an X-Acto knife here. I'm going to kind of trim up the top a little bit. Peel the excess off. And so we have our first stripe. Now, we want to make sure that we get each stripe perfectly spaced. So, you know, we have this piece of paper that we cut off the ends of it. And we're actually going to use this as our spacer. So if you have contact paper, you may want to use like a 2x4 to maybe use as your measurements. And then you can use the 2x4 in between each stripe. So each stripe is perfectly spaced. So here I'm just going to go here. And I'm going to make a little line right there. It's going to be my starting point on the next one. The ending point on the next one. Now when you get it started, if you're worried about whether or not you have it straight, you can take your spacer and space it down here, and you'll be able to see where you're at. Super easy. A million times easier than taping it out and painting, and then the paint bleeds through and it causes an immense amount of frustration. Obviously, as you get closer to the side, you got to get your ninja moves out. Use your yoga poses to get back in there, but just be patient with it. Just keep working with it and you will get there. Trust me. Okay, so one thing that I want to point out when doing a piece like this is you kind of have a decision to make. As you start to get close to the edge over here, now you're like, ooh, snap. There's not enough room, obviously, for another thing. So you have to make a decision at that point if you're just going to do the back or if you're going to carry it through and go over here. Now, if we were to do that, we'd still use our little handy dandy marker thing right here, and we would go around the edge right here and then do a stripe right here. So we'll kind of see. I'm going to do that side over here and then I'll figure it out from there. So that's the best part about something like this, is you just kind of work with it as you go and you figure out, you know, what you want to do. Whenever I do these tutorials, I always think I have a plan for you all, and then I start to do them and I change my mind as we go along. Any creative would do that. Yeah, oh, I love it. All right, so I'm going to stand back. I do think that I want to do the sides of it, and I have plenty of paper to work with, so I'm going to go ahead and knock that off. Some really cool ideas you could do, especially with the peel and stick wallpaper, the wide one, is do like the entire back. I'm really big on florals this year. They're really in. They're very trendy. You can even use some Mod Podge and some fabric. Would be a great idea too, especially if you have a lot of damage on the back piece. A lot of times the back pieces get really banged up, water damage, etc. Right, definitely some fabric would be really cool on the back of a hutch like this, and super easy as well. Okay, we're done. Isn't that amazing? It is so beautiful. So a little something that I did after, well, I was waiting for this to dry. I painted this a couple weeks ago, and trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the handles and the knobs, and they came out really cool. I'm going to show you all how beautiful that is. See? You see the dark that was there once before. Ooh, look at those wrinkles. So you can see right here, I took some foils to it, or actually some leafing, some gold leaf to it. Look amazing. Love it, love it. A few cents to do that. Nothing big at all. The really trendy colors this year, the navy blues with the golds and whatnot. So I'm loving it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my piece back together, get my hardware on, get the shelves in between, and then you guys can see the finished look. as you can see, adding the handles and hardware makes all the difference in finishing this piece off. I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial and super easy way to do stripes without a paintbrush. Until next time, we'll see you guys soon. Bye.